So before I start the video, I just want to say sorry for pronouncing a word wrong. So I've been pronouncing the word maritime as marine time in the video, but unfortunately I have sold the FMA maritime helmet, so I cannot remake the video. So please excuse me for the rest of the video for saying the word wrong. So here we go. Hey guys, welcome to Airsoft. So today I'm going to be comparing two helmets, and I know I've done some setup to the stock helmets, but I'm going to go over the stock specs, and I'm also going to talk about what I've done to each of the helmets. So both of them are made by FMA, and this is the replica of the Maritime Ops Core, and this is the replica of the Revision Caiman Hybird. And so in price wise, stock Maritime costs about 40-ish, and the Caiman is about $60. And in terms of weight, the Maritime weighed in at around 700 grams, where the Caiman is 520 grams. And the lighter weight is due to the thickness of the helmet. The Maritime I've measured thickness is about 5 millimeters, whereas the Caiman is around 3 millimeters. So that's where the 200 grams lighter went. So in terms of size, this is the large/extra large size, and Caiman they only have one free size at the moment, but they both can fit up to a head size up to 61 centimeters. So the mounts in the front and the rail mount at the side are the same. They're both compatible with the same kind of components, or the whatever you want to mount on there. And the straps is all adjustable, so actually it's the same. They both are the same, like all four straps are adjustable for the length, and for the length of the helmet you can adjust the surrounding by tightening or unscrewing this mechanism here, so they're both the same. Okay, so let's talk about some of the setup that I have made to each of the helmets. So let's go for the Maritime first. Now at first, if I'm talking about the stock helmet, the Maritime is a very shiny plastic, so that is why I have paint. At first I painted the helmet. You can check out my previous video on what I did to the paint. And then later on I decided to add a MC cover, and this cover is made by TMC. And this TMC cover is for the medium size helmet. I've put it on in the large, so you can see some of the area. It's not exactly perfect fit, but it's good enough from far away to me. And then I've also changed the mount. At first the stock Maritime came with a plastic mount, and then now I have switched to a inner aluminum frame mount. And I've also changed the sponge paddings to a softer, like, you know, those gel softer paddings, instead of the ones that they came with. It's like this hard foam kind of paddings. So by switching the paddings and the mounts, it cost me around $20. So in terms of price, they are both the same if you decide to change those two. And as for the stock looks, I think the stock looks on the Caiman looks better. I mean, it looks way cooler. It could be the way that the Velcro are designed, and the placement of the Velcro, but overall I think the stock looks better. But in terms of cosplay, or if you are following a certain military setup, the Maritime is definitely the one to get, because I mean it shows in a lot of pictures, a lot more pictures than the Caiman. I'm not sure which unit uses the Caiman, but a lot of units is using the Maritime. And as for protection, I mean, you're playing Airsoft, so they both will prevent, you know, your head getting hit from the BBs. But if you have to be very picky about it, the Maritime is better because there's no holes. And I mean, if you're very unlucky that when you're looking down or something and a BB gets through the hole and you hit your head, and I mean, so protection wise, Maritime. And at the same time, because there are holes on the Caiman, in summertime where it's very hot in Hong Kong, you can feel the wind going over your head. You can feel some breeze in the air. So overall, I think the Caiman is better. I mean, losing some of the protection for you know, getting the heat off your head, I think it's definitely worth the trade. So by now you've seen I have like a lot of things on the Cayman, so by now you should know which one I'm using at the moment, and I'm using the Cayman at the moment. So in stock Cayman, it already came with a inner frame, aluminum frame, and the paddings on the Cayman are those soft gel-like already. So in terms of price, if you're getting the same mount and the same padding, they would be the same. But if you're okay with the plastic mounts and the hard padding, then the Maritime is cheaper. So here I've also added the spongy to help the Hellstar, and this also by FMA, but they have the green light and strobe light, and they also have the IR function. And as I've mentioned, they both can fit head size up to 61 centimeters, but in my case, although this is smaller, you can see the size is smaller by width, but this one is actually more comfortable than the Maritime. And the reason is, in terms of width, I'm okay on both, but in terms of length, because of the back padding here is thinner, and it's actually softer, so I can push the back of my head all the way out. You can see how I can push this all the way back. As for the Maritime, this thing is thicker and you can't really push it far back as much, so it always feels like something is, you know, pushing against the back of your head, and like after 2 hours or so it starts to feel very uncomfortable. So, and that's also the reason why I'm switching to the Cayman at the moment. And besides, this mechanism is thicker and this is thinner, and if you look at the shape of the helmet, this is further down further down back of your head, and this is further up. So as mentioned, like this feels like something is pushing the back of your head, so it makes it less comfortable. So in conclusion, the price is cheaper on the Maritime, you know, with the stock price is cheaper, and the overall, just the look itself, the Cayman is better. As actually I forgot to mention, the plastic is less shiny than the Maritime, so you can see some lights reflecting here. So I'm deciding if I will do like a 1 layer of light paint on the helmets. I'll decide later on. And you know, the stock look I think is cool on the Cayman, but in cosplay, Maritime. And as for lighter helmet, Cayman, protection, Maritime, getting cooler, I mean like in temperature wise, getting cooler helmets, Cayman. And accessories, they are the same, you know, you get the same rail, same mount on both of them. So this is the quick comparison. And I should mention why I do the special card up here. I've also bought the FMA goggle, you know, the goggle lens that they are another replica of the obscure. I'll show a picture. So when I place the goggle here, if I have special card down here, it will not be level. I mean, it will not be close enough to the helmet, so that's why I put it way up here. And as for and also forgot to mention, as for this light, I usually turn this strobe light on when I'm dead and walking around, so people don't, I mean hopefully people don't shoot me from the back. And actually this helmet light, I mainly use it for cutting my daughter's nail at night. So there you go. There's a quick comparison between the Maritime and the Cayman by FMA. And then please let me know in the comments if you want to see more comparison, or if you have any question of the helmets, please let me know. I'll answer them as quick as possible. And I will see you guys next time.